Hey folks, how you all doing? This is Con Ulrich. I know this doesn't look like Steel Division 2, and there's a reason for that. Well, because it's not. I promise you there's actually some new content like a long time ago, back in September, and unfortunately some other stuff has kind of gotten in the way. As you guys know, I had the book coming out, had another book actually on the way, holidays, some family stuff kind of happened. But, honestly, I discovered this game the other day, and, Mars Horizon, you can see right over here, lovely little thing. And thought we'd give it a try. Think of it as like a Kerbal Space Program, but a very, very simplified version of it. There's a whole idea behind this. Of course, you can kind of go and pick one of several different agencies up here. So the ESA is European Space Agency, NASA, we have the idea of the Soviet Union, China, and Japan. Each one of those has its own kind of bonus. Now the thing is, behind this, not for nothing, I feel like I want to go and just go NASA. I mean, you can definitely go and customize it. I can do, change traits. I can do diplomatic, issues over here. So all this kind of goes and comes in together one way or the other. Like apparently I can change the name of where I start over here, but you know what? Let's just take... let's just see what goes on here. So I've seen like 10 minutes of gameplay, but at the same time I'll keep the tutorial on so that way, first episode in, not too crazy, so it says, welcome director, the space race has begun. Staying ahead of the pack will require unprecedented feats of engineering and no shortage of daring. Your role is to develop our space program, leading us into orbit and beyond, keep our agency at the forefront of space science, and inspire generations to come with our triumphs. Humans will one day set foot on another planet. Make sure we get there first. Good luck, director. So, as you can see right here, a lovely little bit. Solar system overall, stuff up here talks about kind of the very XCOM-y start, tutorial objectives. Again, not too surprising over here. This first video is probably going to be just getting through a good chunk of this tutorial, and then maybe I'll just drop some short videos here moving forward. First objective is a crucial first step for any new space agency, constructing and launching an experimental sounding rocket to test and improve your booster technology. So selecting planets. Yeah, duh. Right now, this is all we've got, right? So you can see all the kind of tests that we're looking for over here. It says it displays all missions belong to the selected planetary body. So I don't know this per se, but it might be that, first we're going towards Mars, and then we're looking towards everything after that. I don't know. So details can be seen over here, such as the length of the mission and rewards on offer. 2 types of missions, blah, blah, blah. If you guys want to, you can pause the video and just kind of read these menus right here, but, yeah. So, space races, that's the kind of cool part. Since there are 5 agencies over here in the first place, was it Spain, USA, Soviet Union, basically the Eurozone, China, and Japan, there are specific kind of rewards that can kind of pop up here. So we're going to plan the mission over here, designing a vehicle. So, it takes up a mission slot, not too surprising there. We can kind of do some more mission slots, it's a long story. But in any case, so we can design a vehicle. And the only thing we were trying to do in the first place, just a disable the tutorial. Disable tutorial. Build a sounding rocket. So this right here is a sounding rocket as it kind of looked back in 1957. Honestly, given the fact that we are on this particular channel, I feel like the first rocket needs to be the Ulrich one. I don't know. I'm just saying. Starting off a new thing. It's probably gonna blow up on my face, but that's okay. So the upper stage sounding rocket, you eventually be able to kind of switch this out to some other material. Boosters at the same time, you can see, I have to build a launch pad before I can actually put it up there. So in any particular case, I'm going to go build this. That's all we can do right now. You see the launch reliability over here is pretty garbage. 25% only, really. So not too shocking, but at the same time, it's early on in our space program. It's January 1957. We've now dropped the bomb about 10 years ago. Cold War is kind of starting up here. That's why the Soviet Union doesn't really like us so much. But regardless, we're going to go and build it. Okay? And you can see your engineers will begin construction immediately. It'll be completed on March 1957. Not too shocking there. So another thing we can kind of check out is research. So research, you can see 3 different kinds. We have the missions themselves. So we go further and further along here. I'm not, excuse me, super concerned with missions immediately. I think buildings are much more necessary for us. Like, indeed, we have to go and pick this up. So this allows us to actually go and launch materials. And thankfully, we'll get it in about a month because of our science over here. So, again, you're seeing a pretty straightforward kind of XCOM-y research pathing. Over here's all pieces of it. This increases reliability, build time, cost, things like that. Then I confess, if there's somebody that I know who would really know a lot more about this, it would be my sister's partner. Okay, so this is low Earth orbit. This is kind of looking for stuff. Basic satellites, and you can see as we go further and further along, we can get contractors to get, all this stuff done here. So it gets pretty gnarly pretty quickly. But regardless, let's take a quick look over here at diplomacy. So the way that this kind of works is that first of all, we get agency bonuses here. We get some funds, we get some science, and really it depends on how you work with the other major powers. Now, you can see right here, Europe, we're only really friendly. So if we push it over here to allied, at that point we get a ton of science, and we get more contribution towards joint missions, so, what have you. Antagonistic, not surprising. Not surprising, okay? Interesting. So in each antagonistic agency, your funding body will provide additional funds income. So if I can successfully piss people off, I get more money. That's actually really kind of funny. So interesting balance. They kind of go back and forth. If I go and actively push other people away, because I'm unhappy with myself, then that's what I have to do. But what I am going to do is also show you the base. Base building over here is pretty straightforward. A lot of stuff that we can kind of show. We'll get there. And right now I can't build anything else because I have an HQ and that's all I've got in a vehicle hangar. Okay, so I can't even remove it. So not surprising there either. So going to the next month. Skadoosh. So small launchpad research complete. Launchpads are an essential service structure for launch vehicles, allowing maintenance work and providing data about the vehicles ahead of launch. So first things first, get some more kind of research going. Now the tiny bit of this that I had seen, look at this, 300 kilograms. That's still really inexpensive. So you know what I'm going to do? We have the Vanguard thing over here first. I'm not going to worry too much. Maybe I will. Nah. So we're going to go and actually change over here to rocket test pad. What this will do is increase reliability, which for us is going to be a major concern, especially early on. I'm trying to go and beef that up as much as I can. So, you can see it's been a new month. We have some funding. The whole antagonistic thing with the Soviet Union, we get 5% more. Science, support. So support is basically if I go and do really, really well, the whole... Interesting. The powers that be will kind of pat me on the head and say, way to go, bud. Which is kind of an important thing, especially when you are a public domain material. Now, the question is, you can see at the bottom of the screen where the heck to put this. Normally, it would just cost 50k. But you can see as I kind of move into other places, clear obstructions, place building. Not really the most ideal to go into the jungle here. And I could put it way over here, but why bother? Probably want to keep things fairly close. So, I'm thinking I want to put this here. So I put it there. At that point, you can see here it says vehicle build time is lessened by a little bit. Right now, 2% isn't a whole lot, but that will definitely start to build and build and build as we go further and further along. I think I can move this as well. Interesting. Interesting. Cool. So it's going to cost me $10,000 to do it, but whatever. I'll just keep it the way that it is for now. Cool. And back to here. Spacepedia, by the way. So this kind of goes and tells you more about everything. So, because this is a, moderately educational game, plenty of stuff here to kind of learn, which is kind of cool. I'll probably come back here off of, these ideas and just kind of check through. Really interesting stuff, though. I don't know. I know as a kid I was always inspired by just, the craziness behind, really so much of kind of space itself. And I won't lie. There was at one point I wanted to be an actual astronaut. So, see where we are now, though. Small launch pad is complete. Not too surprising here. Allows the launch of small vehicles. Now, here's what gets kind of cool. So I've been able to go and create the vehicle itself. Here's my sounding rocket. So it says completed without any notable issues. So you might be thinking to yourself, well, the launch reliability is only 25%. You're pretty much screwed. And that's probably true. But, let's baby step our way here. You can see right now, it's uncrewed, so I don't have to worry about any kind of astronauts. That'll be something later. Training as well. Improved performance. That's something when I have extra buildings. Launch date. So I can go and pick out any one of these here. Now, you can see, interestingly, in August, September, and October... Interesting. That's really kind of bizarre. I lose reliability. Now, if I keep it over here at just the April bit, I don't take any penalties, I don't take any, malices, I don't take any buffs, and nothing like that. But you can go as far ahead as you want to go, and you can see it's interesting that the months don't stay the same. And I think what they're doing here is they're actually replicating the same kind of weather data that was in the original kind of historical record. So, get some tea going on there. Let's just select April. So here we go. So again, launch reliability, not great. So critical failures are kind of a bad thing. That right there is big booms, and that in of itself, not fantastic. Negative event, well, it works, sorta. Launch success, neutral, and positive event is 6%. So you're going to see, cool. Go to solar system. You're going to see that eventually what's going to happen is we will see some, well, like this. Optimal date. Oh, great. So optimal date. So here we go. You're going to see in a second that we'll go to the outside, go to the kind of launch site itself, and we have rain right now. So what will the rain do? So the rain potentially can cause some issues for us. So the all work 1 is going up in April 1957, and bad conditions. So like, I'm going to reschedule the launch because 11% is god stinking awful. So let's just go and reschedule it. Let's just try it the next month. Ain't no thing. Confirm mission setup. Return to this. Return to this. You can abort the mission, but why would you want to? I'm just kind of hoping for some clear weather. Woohoo! Okay. So I've gotten this whole research thing. So it says, reach Era 1, dawn of spaceflight. As rocket technology advances, so does the prospect of exploring beyond the confines of our planet. Yet the public continue to question whether the fledgling agencies can overcome the dangers of spaceflight. So, that's good and all that. I think at this point I'm a little bit concerned because Europe has not yet gone and launched anything. The Chinese are behind them. And these guys back here, not too much as well. So, let's hope for some actual good... No, jeez. Why am I getting awful weather? I could just try to send it no matter what, but it seems to be even worse weather than before. I hate you. One more time. One more time. I'm legitimately, I mean, if this is the way that we start. Well, Europe goes up in July, so does China. So we got 2 chances, basically, to launch. So for the love of God, can you please just let me launch under good weather? So if you're going 5 months, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Base. So we have ourselves a new thing, rocket test pad. So this might be a good idea for us, because what this will do, this will allow us to get some new missions, let's say, during things. So it's going to increase some launch reliability. It's also going to go cut some costs. Not a bad idea. And honestly, 3%, again, we're not gaining a whole lot. But right now, this was build time goes down, now the cost goes down. So, again, like I said, this is like Kerbal Space Program, but super, super light. Excuse me. I'm thinking what we do, we're going to go and throw up on a booster Vanguard and just pray that we're getting some solid launch times. Optimal date, come on. There we go. Adequate conditions. There we go. 30%. All right. So I'm okay if this happens. I don't want this to happen down here. So we're going to send it up. So the launch success, like I said, is successful, which is the upper atmosphere. And positive, so it goes beyond. So low risk as well. I haven't noticed that before. Let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff.
Oh my gosh, it looks brilliant. It's freaking gorgeous. This is amazing. Wait, did I roll really well? Did I get like a positive thing? Following event happened during launch? Oh, okay. So, I lose some mission reward here, but it could be worse. But you can see here, since they're successful, now the reliability goes up 15%. So I got that as well. I'm awesome. I'm the first guy to do this, so I get some more support behind this too. So support, maybe we'll just play through the first year. I get some rewards, and I get some support. The idea is, if I go and hit this whole funding thing, what that's going to do for us is we can then... Ooh, interesting. I'll get back to that. What we can do is we then get more funding on top of it. So you can see that right here we have no astronaut costs yet, but buildings and space stations, I mean, not a whole lot just yet. Now funding. I can advance to the next tier. We'll see that, I think, in 7 months. What I'm going to do for now, though, is I'm going to throw down, get the Viking, and I'm thinking that what I want to do is not another test launch, although a satellite would be good at some point. Maybe I will throw another test launch down. I completed the milestone, but, you know, no big deal. Can I not even do that? Okay. Maybe I can't do that. How about... Let's see. Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to switch over here to this artificial satellite thing instead. I've successfully gone and created one thing, so maybe what I'll do instead is just jump over here to the satellite. I'll finish it in 1 month. There we go. So take first agency to launch a satellite into a stable orbit around Earth will take a prominent lead in the space race. Throw down on the Viking. And now... complete a milestone. Alright, so here we go. We're going to go and... maybe a booster's a good idea, but that's really quite expensive. That's actually super expensive, good god. Reliability per level. This is super high reliability immediately. There's a huge capacity as well. So you know what, we'll pick up the Jupiter one. And the mission over here. There we go. There we go. So, with mission profile and a mission payload resource to start planning the mission. Oh, for Pete's sake. We can do this though. So, okay. So test launch atmospheric sampling. So launch a suborbital sounding rocket to measure the effects of solar radiation that Earth's upper atmosphere. Plan mission. Design the vehicle. Select a boil-based sounding rocket. So, like, again, right here, nothing really that crazy and or new. Same time, reliability goes up quite a bit. It's going to take 2 months to build it. Just do it. You can see right now, I still have a pretty good amount of funding, so not too worried about that there. Next event? Nah, maybe not. So what I would check... so they're doing a test launch there. They failed. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So, you complete their test launch second. Alright, well, you know, first is the worst, but second is the best? Nah, it's the other way around. Actually, wait a second. What just happened there? So China's there, Soviet Union will potentially be third place. There's a bit of egg on the face over here for the Euro and Japan, but, you know, neither here nor there. So here we go. Another sampling is complete. So launch preparations, good, 41%. That's even better than we had last time. And we're going to go and say reliability training. So if I do that, I get more reliability the next month, which is good. I kind of definitely need that. And I'm thinking if I go here, we get 3% bonus, 6% bonus, 9, 12. Good lord. No. I think a... oh, okay. So the more that I wait, the better it is for me. So if we go out into December, it's a 47% as opposed to 44%. But you know what? I like playing it fast and loose, so we'll do that there. Oops. There we go. So November, blah, blah, blah. Nice. All right. Go back to mission control. Right. Okay. So they failed to use the test launch. So another test launch in 9 months and everything else. So cool. All right. So Explorer research is complete. At the same time, we are going to pray that this particular one goes well. All right. Let's launch that mission. Ooh. That looks rather lovely. Clear skies and everything like that. So I'm not going to be one of those guys that says smash that like button or anything like that. But I think at the end of this particular calendar year, when we do things like check into our budgeting and everything like that, probably cut the video there. Good condition. So it's 50%. I'm liking this. I am liking this greatly. Let's do it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff.
Okay. It hasn't exploded yet. That's possible. That's a positive thing. By the way, the 10-minute one that I had seen before, it went boom really, really quickly. But it looks like we're quite successful. There we go. Oh man, I thought it was going to be something like super, super awesome. But you know what? Secure launch, that's a nice thing right there. Level 2, we are now 55% from the sounding rocket, which is great. Not the most important thing for us, but whatever. So we get a ton of research, we get a ton of everything else here. Alright. So we're launching an artificial satellite in 11 months. Okay, cool. Now, what were we going to do? What do we want to do immediately? Maybe what this will do. I'll do this. Get a spacecraft assembly facility. And what that's going to do is allow us to get some more reliability for payloads, which will be a big deal for us later on. Let's look into that artificial satellite, though. They're apparently in 10 months. We're going to plan our mission, hopefully accordingly. Select a payload. So this is a different thing altogether that we'll get into the next video. But more or less it kind of comes out to the concept that these things up here will cause some hassles for you later on. Alright. So increased build cost, I can definitely afford it. So maybe I'll just do that and get more power. Or maybe just go standard. Build time isn't what it... Okay. So improve communication modules, that's kind of cool and all that. And again, I'll get more into that as we kind of go forward. Again, you can get some interesting stuff here. Interesting. Alright. Less info. What I might just do is I might just go standard. Payload reliability is already 65%, so I'll take that. So we'll select that there. Build the payload. And there we go. Alright. So building payload, that's good. I don't have the vehicle yet, so that's a bit of a pain, but that's okay. That's okay. Alright. So, 2 months away. So spacecraft assembly, research, test, research complete. I can actually build another one of those now, which I think might be a good idea for us. So I can drop a little bit there, or I can get... What I might do is I might just plop it down here. It's a little bit extra upkeep, and that's going to cause a pain for us. But what it will do is it will go and get some more reliability overall, which is a positive thing for us. So we definitely need that. Set the research. Maybe I'll try a lunar orbit? I don't know. Or animal in space. I kind of get the feeling I want to do Sputnik over here, but maybe I'll just hold on to that some more. Actually, we're going to go for backup power generator. It's going to cost us a pretty penny to have this happen, but alright. So, next month, end of the calendar year, so 250 support since the previous budget. Basically, again, as long as I continue to kind of put out scientific experiments and stuff like that, it looks awesome, right? But next budgetary review, January 1959. But alright, folks, what I might do then is... Oh, nice. I'm going to leave you guys here with the ending of this first video. And apparently, vastly improve the scientific thing, but predict reduced compatibility with the launch vehicle. Oh, jeez. You know what I'll do? Is put this at the beginning of the next video, guys. So, for right now, if you do like what you see, though, please keep coming back for this, of course. My plan is to hopefully maybe do a calendar year at a time. So, maybe, 20, 25 minutes. I know you guys don't like too much long stuff there. And as always, if you want to get your name on here, just let me know in the comments. Either way, it's great seeing you guys with something new besides Steel Division. Until next time, I'm Conal Work, and take it easy.